You're just in time for breakfast. It's fried alpaca, and the cook has no idea what she's doing, but it's food. The ruling empire of the planet offers us a job, but we are reluctant to side with monarchists. As Freeborn, we believe in flat hierarchies, even though Greyhound is technically our leader, for now at least. Ah, there's Kelly. Alloy blood in here. Let's see, a cut to the neck. Perhaps his wake-up addiction was too much, although he still has wake-up on him. Whatever it was, it happened a long time ago. With machining learnt, we can now do gunsmithing. I'll get a machining table and an electric smithy. A tool cabinet costs a lot of steel, but it will increase the productivity of the benches. Well, the combat shotgun works. Lee approaches the wild man carefully. He then made happy clicking noises and offered Kyle some meat. Lee then began to whisper about machine intelligence, a real icebreaker these days. Meat was probably the wrong idea, as Kyle was ideologically a vegetarian. Meanwhile, Sarai was getting us some leather dusters. Now that we had the smithy, we could make a breach axe, a specially designed axe used to destroy structures, including turrets. A smelter would be handy for the future too. We had almost infinite power from this facility, so we didn't have any power worries. Our raider Sab didn't make it. We'd best get used to death. The fighting was likely just beginning. Lee would bury the body when he had a chance, so as to save the others from the site. Because we don't have a good miner in the group, we might have to rely on smelting slag metal or steel. The junkyard surrounding could supply us with plenty. For a limited time at least. We can also smelt crappy weapons. If Khalid was ever to join us, we'd probably have to convert him to our ideology. His inability to eat meat or harm animals was a bit too extreme. Meat was currently our only food source, and that would need to change. It would be better for his sake to convert to our ideology. Now that we have a breach axe, we can avenge Veronica and take the facility. Lee, you picked the strangest time to discuss things. But he's right. Now that we probably have the facility, we will need to give it a name. And we need a name for ourselves, too. We'll call ourselves the Unified, and this place is simply home for now. We don't need to stay here forever. That's good, his flak armor protected him well. Right, let's crack on. Hopefully Kelly is careful and stays out of the way. Right, next room. Clear. 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 Oh, a turret. Damn, a hunter drone. Once it detects me, it'll chase me and try and explode on top of me. Yep, clear. I knew it was clear because Kelly was just in here. So let's try and bait this drone. If it does catch Lee, it's not going to be pretty. Nice one. Nice shooting, Greyhound. We needed that accuracy. And I think that is the facility clear. Another one with a fatal dissection. Might as well check what's behind here. Greyhound's ready, just in case. Ah, it's a courtyard with a couple of mortars. Good place to put our own mortars if we stay here much longer. And I guess that is Aaron's dual fort. Just one turret and the place is completely ours. Mortar shells. I guess this place used to be some sort of mortar base. Now that we know that the facilities are more or less safe, we can expand into them and get a little bit more comfortable. A male psychic soothe just adds to the victory. That night, a cargo pod lands near. The 18-year-old Corey Stomp Gustafsson has paralytic aphasia. If we look after him, he'll join us. He's socially skilled and a bit of a kook, plus he can shoot. We'd be glad to take him in. The paralytic aphasia will take almost 40 days to recover from. He is also a neo-ethics like KyleMac, so we will need to convert him to freeborn while he is still paralysed and will listen. A bulk goods trader arrives and we sell them some leather and the human heart that Lee brought with him. We'll hold on to the skull for Lee, as maybe it has some sentimental value to him. The heart actually fetches quite a good price. After that, it was time to party. The party was absolutely wild. There was talking and chess. Very extreme. Okay, just this one turret left and Aaron's dual fort is completely ours. Good work. Lee took a hit, but nothing too serious. Greyhound can now hack the terminal and see what he can find out. Well, he opened the blast door, which is actually less than useless because we would actually prefer to keep that closed. A problem with these blast doors is that they will open for anyone, so we'll need to replace them with our own at some point. Well, there we go. 3 smallish bedrooms, all queued up. I'll also stick a cooler and a chimney in here. Now that we have full control of the facility and that blast door's open, Greyhound can begin to sow crops in the northern part. The soil here is very fertile and suited to grow in. Might need to remove some of the junk though. This is the kind of work that a breach axe is designed for. And it also gives us some melt slag to smelt into steel. More rations. Can probably just sell these. Well, this will probably be our last night in the barracks. If you're curious about Yitakin, here are their genes. They have strong melee skills and they can call animals to help them. They also move faster when naked. They eat a little bit more, and they sleep a little bit more. And the little rascal keeps eating her packaged survival meals. I've added a cooler and a chimney here so that we can cool the facility during the warm summer. This can now be our prison, and we will begin converting Stomp to our ideology. We like having diversity of thought, but it's better for Stomp's mental well-being to convert. Every animal we hunt upsets him, and eating meat disgusts him. The Rimworld is too harsh to be sensitive. We're reminded of this harshness when raiders from the Lion Men come. No survivors. Using Lee as bait, we managed to take no injuries whatsoever. Another 2 graves for the growing graveyard. On a positive note, we have bedrooms. They are awful just now, but we can get some nice flooring in them at some point. Also, Sarai seems to be flirting with Lee, so time will tell how that pans out. We really need a counsellor too, which is a social skill determined role. That means that Lee is probably the best suited currently. We need to put down a ritual spot in order to obtain that role. Greyhound begins planting some heal root and some psychoid for psychite tea. The heal root gives us medicine and the tea helps with our moods. Sarai begins crafting marble blocks to floor our rooms. Marble is the most aesthetically pleasing stone. Our work is cut short when the raids continue. A berserker from Flodor arrives, ill-equipped to deal with rifles and shotguns. A Neanderthal with some good stats. I should probably stop moving in front of Sarai when she's shooting. Unfortunately, they didn't survive. Another one for the graveyard. Our rooms are finished, which is nice, but Sarai food poisoned us. Who knows how many of the meals are contaminated, but Stomp and Greyhound are projectile vomiting all over the place. Not entirely sure where Khalid went. Bizarrely, a rhino self-tames. I set up a zone to bring it close and it will become food. We're not ranching, as we're not ranchers. Oh, good times. Now Lee is food poisoned as well. I always knew Sarai's cooking would be the end of us. Shooting was not the only thing that Sarai needed to work on. Farewell, Rhino. I'm sure Stomp is not going to like that. I doubled up on the coolers, but foolishly pointed them in the wrong way, or at least one of them. Should be good now. Helps if the door is closed, but seems to be more than enough to keep the summer heat out. Ah, our first rice harvest. We now have lots of good, well-frozen food, and we can safely tick hunger off our hierarchy of needs. Our next priority is actually guns to defend ourselves, or at least better guns. In time, Sarai will be able to make fine meals which require level 6 cooking, while Stomp is also level 5, but his passion means that he should learn much faster. Stomp will be our cook once he recovers from his paralysis and converts to our ideology. We're not forcing him, but also he has no choice in the matter. I can give Stomp some nicer clothing to try and butter him up a little bit. He's not exactly loving all the hunting that we keep doing, and we keep giving him meat. We can at least help with the darkness and give him a light. Greyhound had decided to focus on psychoid brewing for his research, allowing us to now make psychite tea. The tea will help our moods and will also improve the cooking skill of the brewer. That's Sarai for now, but eventually we hope Stomp will do it. I could maybe build a workshop here. Oh, cargo pods. Oh, mega sloth wool, very nice. I can maybe queue up some extra warm parkas to be made with this, so that we keep warm over the coming winter. Without a miner, we'll need to keep getting steel from scrap metal. Lee and his breach axe will keep us supplied for now. What a mess in here. What happened? Didn't even look like this after the party. Mega sloth wool, strong and warm. A parka takes a lot of material, but we may be able to hunt some mega sloth in the future, as currently we can only make one. We can get a bit of steel from this furniture. We really need a passionate miner to join us. That evening, Lee managed to get through to Khalid, who instantly joined us once tamed from his wildness. The issue is once again neo-ethics ideology. We would need to imprison and convert KyleMac. As Freeborn, we like diversity of ideas, but he will not like us eating meat or hunting. Right now, we cannot accommodate that. We'll sort it out tonight when he sleeps. Oh, looks like Sarai's cooking got to him. I guess that's going to make it easier to arrest him. KyleMac puts up no resistance. We are not proud of ourselves. We value diversity, but we needed to guide our new friends away from self-sabotaging views, lest we let them burn in a destructive ideology. Perhaps we are all going to die by Sarai's cooking anyway. May the gods have mercy on our souls. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.